Good morning, everybody. How do you feel today? Say, oops. Oh no! How do you feel? Are you okay? You're a stuffed animal? Okay. How do you feel today? Say it loud so you can hear how you're feeling. Thank you for saying how you feel. My name is Mr. Channing. Would you like to read a book with me today? I have a book I'd like to read with you. This book is called 1, 2, 3. Ruby's Birds by Maya Thompson, illustrated by Claudia Dávila. Would you like to read this book with me today? This book is about... what? Cats? Bananas? What? Birds, yes. Do you like birds? I really like birds. I love to go outside and see what birds I can see. And I like to learn the names of new birds, and I like to learn what birds live where I live. You know, live in my neighborhood. Some people call this bird watching. Bird watching is a lot of fun, but bird watching is not like TV watching or cartoon watching. Because those things can be fun too, of course. But with bird watching, you can't just turn on a bird. You have to be patient. You have to wait for the birds, and you have to know where to look and how to listen. Does that sound interesting to you? I think it's very interesting. And I'd like to read this book with you all about it. Let's do it. Ruby's Birds. There's Ruby on the cover. Looks like she's found a lot of birds. Oh my goodness. And it looks like she's out at the park. I see some people having a picnic, someone throwing a frisbee to a dog, someone playing a guitar. How interesting. How interesting. This book came from the Oakland Public Library, by the way, if you'd like to check it out. Have a grown-up put a hold on it, and you can go pick it up from right outside the library. It's a good book. Ruby's Birds. Oh, I think those might be some cedar waxwings. That's a bird I know. Is this a goldfinch? I don't know. Part of the fun of birds is seeing birds you're not sure who they are. Now, here's Ruby at home. Who's this? I think that might be her grandma. And there's a bird right inside her house. You think it's a pet bird? I think so. School's out. Mom and Dad are at work. My brother Malik is at soccer practice. Grandma's at her spot near the window. Alex keeps her company. Who do you think Alex is? I think so too. Things are too quiet around here. I know what to do. What do you see in this room? I see some pictures, people in her family. I see a piano. I see some drawings that she's made. I see a book that she's reading. And I see Grandma has some coffee and a cookie. And I see over here there's a glass of milk that's mostly drunk. And is there a cookie there? I think there used to be. I know what to do. I play the piano. The piece my parents say is very grown up. Do you like to play the piano? Do you like to play music? It can be a lot of fun. I practice my dance routine, the one Malik calls stomping. You like to dance? I talk with Alex. Confirmation. Alex is the bird. I think this is a cockatoo. I think that's the name of that bird. Maybe it's a cockatiel. I'm not sure. I have to look it up. I talk with Alex in the secret language Grandma taught us. Wagainan. Wagainan. Do you know some birds can talk? Did you know that? It's true. They can only repeat things that you say to them, but it sounds just like a person talking. I sing at the top of my lungs the song I made up myself. La 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 la. My neighbor Eva from downstairs hears everything. She calls up. from her window up to me. She says, Ruby, 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 want to go to the park? Yes, 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 I sing. Sometimes when you live in an apartment, the people who live right below you can hear everything you're doing. I bet my downstairs neighbors can hear me reading this book right now. I hope they like this book. We pass my favorite bakery. We pass Cece's apartment. Hi, Cece. Hello. We walk right past my regular park. The one with the twisty slide and the sprinklers. I guess Eva is going to a different park. I skip to keep up. Hold on a second. Eva's wearing something around her neck. What is this? Is this a necklace? Do you know what this is? I think that is a pair of binoculars. What do binoculars do? Well, binoculars are kind of like a telescope. They let you see things that are very far away, and they make them look like they're right close up to you. What do you think those would be useful for at the park? I follow her all the way to Central Park, where my parents sometimes take us on Sundays when we're all dressed up. Central Park is in a place called New York City. We have a lot of parks like that in Oakland that are not quite as big. And there's one in San Francisco that's pretty big called Golden Gate Park. Here in Oakland, we have Lake Merritt that has a whole lot of green grass and birds around it too. I see a bird here. This looks like a hawk up here. Oh my goodness. Eva is going to the woods. I've never been that way. I see a grown-up with a kid. I see a grown-up with a dog. I see a grown-up running. I see one of my favorite birds that I see here in Oakland all the time. Have you seen this bird before? That's called a black-crowned night heron. It has a real short neck like this until it sees something in the water that it wants, and then it goes like, and its neck gets real long and it reaches right down and chomps it up. And I see a mallard over here, which is a kind of duck with green feathers on its head. Very interesting. Bee, buzz, buzz, buzz. Suddenly, hang on, what is the sound? Bee, buzz, buzz, buzz. You think that's a bird sound? I think that is a bird singing. But it sounds to us like someone saying, bee, buzz, buzz, buzz. Interesting. Most birds do not speak words. They don't speak words like people do, but they all have songs. And it's those songs that they use to talk with each other. So if we want to find birds, we have to learn to listen to those songs. You know what I mean? Now suddenly Eva stops. She looks up. She's listening. I quiet down and listen too. What's wrong? I wonder. I hear... What do you hear right now? I hear some kids next door to me. I hear my neighbor listening to the radio. I hear some water dripping. I hear my cat snoring. I hear a clock ticking. What do you hear? Ruby hears a police car. A plane. Some barking. I think those are those cedar waxwings I saw earlier. Did you see them too? Cedar waxwings. What a pretty bird. I tug on Eva's sleeve, but she's not paying attention. She holds the binoculars up to her eyes, and she sees something up there. Something we can't see yet. She is frozen like a statue. And then She smiles. A huge smile. You think she sees something that makes her happy? What do you think it is? I guess everything's okay, so I start singing again. La 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 la! Ruby! Eva sighs. You scared him away. What? Who did I scare away? I ask. Eva flops down on a bench. I sit too. It's a bird I've only seen back home in Costa Rica, she says. He's just stopping through on his way north because this is the best patch of woods for miles around. He's quite a singer, just like you. Oh, she was looking for a bird. One specific, one certain bird. One kind of bird. There's birds everywhere, but she wanted to see just one special one. It means something special to her. This kind of bird up here, by the way, is called an oriole. It's orange and black, and it builds a nest that looks like a bag you get from the grocery store. Not like a little flat nest, like a big old bag. How interesting. Puts its eggs way down there in the bottom, and puts itself in there too, to take care of them. If you stay quiet, shh, Eva says, we may be able to find him again. He's a golden-winged warbler. I nod. I don't say a word, or sing a word either. It sounds like something from a fairy tale. We move carefully. We're serious. We pay attention. We watch for tiny movements in the leaves. We try and try. No luck today, says Eva, but now you know what to do. How do you think Eva feels? She saw that bird for just a second. You think if she feels a little disappointed? She might feel a little disappointed, but let's look at her face. She still looks like she had fun going out and sitting in the park and being very quiet and looking for all the different birds she could find with her friend Ruby. Oh. Here's a picture of Ruby's dreams. You want to see it? I sing myself to sleep as usual. La 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 la. And then she has this dream. Look at all those beautiful birds in her dream. On Sunday morning, I beg for a walk to Central Park. Malik's not interested. Malik is our older brother, remember. But it's family time, so he has to come anyway. We pass the bodega. We pass the theater. I sing my song. La 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 la. My family listens along. Very nice of them. Who do you see in her family? At the park, I lead them straight to the woods. I'm silent. I'm serious. I'm paying attention. I hear a rustle in the leaves. Shh, I say. Just like Eva, I'm frozen like a statue. A tiny bird pops out of the leaves. It looks one way, and then the other, and then right at me. I can't help it. I get that huge smile, just like Eva's. Look! I yell. Oops. Not supposed to yell when you're watching birds. Ah, yes, says Grandma. I saw a warbler! I sing as he flies away. There's that warbler. Does this look exactly like she imagined it? She imagined something big and yellow. It's kind of small and yellow. It looks a little bit like a chickadee. Or like a goldfinch. Or like any of those other birds that might live around here. But this is a special bird because this bird lives way down south in Costa Rica and flies up north to eat some different food and meet some different birds. Oh no. What are they all doing? I see Ruby and Eva, and Mom and Grandma, and it looks like they are all looking at a book all about birds. And they're looking at the page about this warbler, seeing where it lives, where it flies to, where it migrates to. How interesting. Now at the back of this book, there's some advice for you about how to get your grown-ups interested in bird watching. You want to hear it? Okay. Ruby's tips for taking a nature walk. Step 1. Get your family excited to go outside for a nature walk any way you know how. Chances are they'll be happy to hear that you want some fresh air and some family time. But if they say, "There's not much to look at around here," remind them. Remind them that there are animals and plants everywhere, and you don't have to travel outside your city or town to go on a nature walk. It's true. Nature is all around us. We live inside nature, even when we live inside a building. If they say, "But we don't have time today," ask them when they will have time and put it on the calendar. Now, step 2. On your walk, find a place to rest and then stay still and listen for a few minutes. Challenge everyone to count how many different sounds you hear, including birds, dogs, cars, even airplanes, all of it. Everything you can hear when you are very quiet. Or try, this is step 3, or try a rainbow walk. What is that? Well, a rainbow walk, that's when you look for things in nature that match the colors you can see in the rainbow. Oh, how interesting. So you could look for something red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. Can you find all those things going on a walk in nature? I bet you can. Nature has a lot of colors in it. And step 4, take some pictures. Make some recordings, make some video of what you see and hear as you go. And that way, you can look things up later. You can even bring some paper and some pencils or crayons and make some sketches or drawings of what you see. And finally, remember, don't let your adults get discouraged if they don't know what kind of plants, insects, mushrooms, or birds you see and hear. Offer them a hug and remind them that it's all about having fun and noticing new things. Of course, if you see something new, you're not going to know what it's called right away. But you can get a book, you can use the internet, you can ask somebody who knows. You can find a lot of different ways to find out the names of things that you see and learn more about them. And learn where they live when you aren't seeing them. How interesting. The end. Let's put this book back on the shelf. 1, 2. There we go. 3. Thank you very much for reading that book with me. Give yourself a round of applause. Folks, that's all the time we have for today. Should we wash our hands before we go? Sometimes when you get back from being in nature, it's a good idea to wash your hands. I said sometimes, I mean every time. Should we sing "I Deserve"? Let's do it. Okay. Got your hands ready? Got your hands? All right. Get some soap. Get some water. And let's sing. Say 1, 2, 3, 4. I deserve to be healthy. I deserve to be clean. I protect my friends and family. Look at these hands. I'm a washing machine. I'm a washing machine. I'm a washing machine. And my nails look good. and rinse. Dry them off. Very nice. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.